All right. All right, what's going on, guys? I got my one of my clients here, Alec.
Yes, sir.
Just wanted to give you guys a quick testimonial as far as working with him. Now, Alec, obviously you joined through Honcho. Shout out Honcho.
Shout
But
out Big
through
Hunch.
through Honcho's program, he assigned me to be your coach as far as working on your plan, nutrition, give you guidance, hold you accountable, all that good stuff. But
Mhm.
before you joined the program, man, share with us kind of like your pain, like what was it like? Like what was life looking like as far as just like right before working with us, or making that decision to make a change? Like, kind of give us your story.
Yeah, man. So like I said, um, it was a little difficult for me to make that decision in order for me to make that jump into going into the program. More of just because I didn't know if it was the right fit for me. That was one of the biggest things because I have dealt with a lot of trainers in the past that have debunked me. They've never shown up. They never answer my calls or texts. They were never attentive to me when they should have. And that's what I'm paying them for. You get me? So I was just kind of like, oh, is this like another one of these, wannabe, trainers that just wants to get, out my money and that's it. You know what I'm saying? And I was just really skeptical about that. And especially since at that time I was really like kind of low. I was on the lower end when it came to like money. So, I really had to seriously think about it and do a lot of research to see if that was going to be the best fit for me. So that was definitely one of my biggest issues. Now, life before joining the program and having you as my coach, I was honestly pretty good, but I didn't know where to start when it came to my fitness journey. I was always overweight. My family has a line of diabetes behind them. So it's always the concern, that if I'm going to end up with it, let alone my father that's extremely overweight and always being surrounded by sweets and all these other unhealthy things. Growing up, always being called un comelon, which is like a person that eats a lot, just growing up and like these types of things and me being chancho, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yo,
yeah,
bro, that's mad funny. I heard Chancho before. That's pig, bro, right?
yeah. I mean, the thing is,
Yeah,
it's a,
nah, nah. I'm
it
sorry. I only laugh because I grew up with Uruguayans, so like
yeah.
I always picked up on little things that like I thought were hilarious that I try to learn from the language.
Yeah,
So that
yeah.
the only reason why I laugh, bro, because it's like I remember always using that word chancho, and
Yeah, we
it's
got
like,
chancho, we got gordito, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Gordo.
that's mad, bro. I
My
just
my
I just
nephew,
haven't
my
heard Chancho in a minute, bro. So that's why. But I'm sorry to cut
yeah.
you off, man. Go ahead,
No, no, you
continue.
good, you good. My godson, we call him Gordo. He's not even fat. It's just a nickname that we just call,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. So like being surrounded by that is obviously mentally draining, you know what I'm saying? But it's just a matter of having that mindset. And I kind of had that idea. I just didn't know where to start. When
Yeah.
I joined the program, I kind of had a good direction of where I wanted to go, which I was very surprised and I was very happy about. And not only that, but I mean, like, you could see the progress that I've been making, you know. But there's something that a lot of people kind of tend to struggle with, in my opinion, which is like they don't really put the work down of what they should do,
Yep.
because God forbid the past trainers that I dealt with, they could have been really good, but they just didn't show up. They didn't really, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know if that was me not putting in the effort to really reach out to them 24/7 and to be up their ass and just be like, hey, do you want to like work out today? Because that's what we were supposed to do. And then they just leave, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know if it was kind of like a me thing where I should have done more or they should have done more. But after joining this program, I realized that it was basically all on them because you guys, especially you, Juma, you did everything that was supposed to be done as a personal trainer. So
Now
therefore, I'm very proud that I made a good decision into joining that program with you in it. So
yeah. So like, kind of like go in depth as far as just kind of like your return on investment. Now, obviously, we worked around about two and a half, close to three months working with me, you and
I think
me.
honestly, just a week over 2 months. Not even like it
Yeah,
was just after two
yeah,
months.
yeah, yeah. And I would say, what do we start with again? It was like
I
two.
started at 240 pounds,
Yep.
and when you after the 2 months in the week, I weighed in at like 205,
Damn.
209. I would say, yeah. So that was in total of like 30 to 35 pounds down within those 2 months.
Damn.
Yeah. Damn is right.
Man, that's
And
hey man.
uh
What was
like
kind of like go kind of go in depth with these guys as far as just kind of like explaining because you had a busy schedule, so obviously kind of like you worked at a bank,
God,
and then on
yes,
top of that,
absolutely. Absolutely, absolutely. So
yeah, go
um
in depth, yeah, explain that, yeah,
so, I work a 9 to 5, right? I wake up at 7:30, drive an hour to work. I end up getting there at like 8:30, 8:45, clocking at 9, leave at 5, 5:15, another hour back home because of traffic. I end up getting home at like 6:15, 6:30 ish.
yeah,
So that time, was really crucial, but I still had a couple hours before it actually went to nighttime. So, even during that 9 to 5 and me waking up early, me being tired, I still managed to go to the gym because the gym takes no longer than 2 or 3 hours, depending on what type of, how long I'm going to be there, how many people are going to be there, who's using the equipment. But it's enough time for me to be like, okay, it's not time for me to go to sleep. I have nothing else to do. What else can I do in my life? And that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to go ahead and do that. So another thing too was the one thing I really liked about what you did was you were very responsive when I had to do certain things with my meals, right? Because when I was coaching, when you were coaching with me and you were, going through the meals and stuff like that, at work, I would have my meals already there. Like most of my meals are already there. And when I
yeah,
open up the fridge to go eat it, I realized that I ran out. And I'm like, oh my God, like I'm supposed to eat this. What am I supposed to do?
yeah,
I text you and you answer like super, super quickly. And you're like, hey, listen, go to the store, grab this and this. You
yeah,
send me a screenshot, you send me a picture of what it exactly looks like, and I go to the store and I get it.
yeah.
And now that saves me. Another thing too is when I had to go traveling because I had to travel a lot because
Yeah, tell these guys how many times you had to travel, man. Like
dude,
it was like,
within those 2 months, I've traveled the most I have ever traveled in my life, bro. I think I traveled, I think, every weekend for those 2 months.
yup,
About damn near every week. I think there was like 1 or 2 weekends out those 2 months that I missed,
mm-hmm,
or that I just didn't do anything. But for the other two, I was out either in Texas, I was out, outside of like the city that I was in. And then I was outside even further the city that I was in. I was in a different part of the state, completely on the opposite side. So the whole weekend I was just really bouncing around throughout the whole state and bouncing around throughout the United States too. And even then, you told me, hey, bring this with you. You could get this at the store nearby. That's local. Get this at the Walmart. Get this at the, there was a lot of options that you gave me that there's no way that I could just say, oh no, I can't do that. There's no way.
yup,
Like if you really have the dignity and the power to really do it, you would do it. And the fact that you provided it to me saying, hey, listen, it's this, I'm just like, oh, now I don't have to make an excuse. I can just go ahead and do it. Because some people are like, oh, like I don't have the meals, so I guess I'll just skip her. Oh, I'll go to
especially
McDonald's
when
since
it
it's
comes to
nearby.
traveling, especially when it comes to traveling,
A
and
hundred
it's
percent. Oh my God, yeah.
I tell these guys, it's like we all have the same 24 hours. We all can make adjustments according to someone's structure, which in your case, it was it was mainly like obviously we had your 9 to 5 schedule, you know what I mean? So obviously we go about like how we have our meals going with that and being on top of going to the gym. But most importantly, just even vacation, guys. I can still set up you can still set up alternatives and make better choices as far as like what replaces what, and even explain even at the spots you went to, how often did you even check right beforehand if they had a gym? You did that every time. I noticed you did
Yeah.
that every time.
Yeah.
Whereas
Every
most
time. I
guys,
mean, wherever I traveled to,
yep,
I knew there was going to be a gym there. Whether if it was going to be for free at a hotel or if it was, if I'm going to go see a friend, the friend knows a gym nearby that's right down the street or it's like 10 minutes away. It all really depends. But at the end of the day, I feel like the person that's doing the workout needs to be conscious and courteous of where they're going and seeing how far it is and mentally preparing for that and making the decision if they want to go ahead and do that. There's times where the flights that I have to do had to be right when I leave work. So I would leave at like 7 o'clock, fly out at 7 o'clock. I leave my work at 5:15. So I can't work out in the afternoon after work. So that means I have to work out in the morning. And those days I had to sacrifice and wake up at 4 in the morning, 4:30 in the morning to go to the gym at 5, work out, do what I have to do, shower, and then go to work to then have a smooth day. But that's really if you have it. You have to have the the dignity to do that. You have to have the good integrity. You have to have the due diligence to really do that. You get me? You can't just be sitting there like a duck and just, oh, okay, well, one day wouldn't hurt. No, you have to have that type of mindset where you got to lock in and just do it, bro.
Yep.
And if you have the opportunity to do it, you have to shoot for it. Doesn't matter the excuses, doesn't matter if you're traveling, doesn't matter if it's uncomfortable with your schedule. If you could slide in those 2 hours within your day, you could slide it in anytime. No excuses.
Man, you couldn't have said it any better, man. It doesn't matter about the traveling. It doesn't matter about the 9 to 5 schedule. Hell, maybe if you're working even overtime, if you can find some kind of block period, because that's what it usually is. It's a block
Mm-hmm.
period that you need to find throughout your day. But most of the days, kind of like how we said, always having a set schedule. Always
Mm-hmm.
having a set schedule to know, you know, the moment you wake up to the time that you'll go to the gym. You know, kind of like how people will say things came up. With your busy schedule and sticking on top of everything, was there ever a time you switched up times in the gym?
Oh, 100%. There's been so many times where things had to switch up. I'm working on the gym and I'm trying to follow it one by one from top to bottom. Do this exercise, then the next one is this one, the next one is this one. There's been times where the dumbbells, if I'm supposed to use dumbbells and there's not the dumbbells there, I'm like, well, what do I do? You know what I'm saying? And in some cases, people are just kind of give up, but people don't realize that they have you as a resource. So I literally hit you up, hey, is there an alternative for this? And you literally told me, yes, do this if there's no dumbbells. And that's what I loved about you. Like, if when you're put in that predicament, especially when it's out of the blue, it throws you off and it discourages you. But the fact that you are there to say, hey, listen, I'm here, tell me anything and I got you and I'll tell you the alternative that will be there for you, then it's 100% there. And if you don't know what's there, Juma, he did that to me. I said, hey, there's no dumbbells, there's no this, there's literally nothing. And he's like, well, is there a floor? Do you have hands? Get the push up. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll figure it out. There's always a way. And that's something that I really liked about you and that you always kept consistent about. Because in those moments, you feel stuck. You feel like, oh, geez, like, I'm not following exactly what he says, so therefore I'm going to mess up or something's not going to be right. No, there's always an alternative and there's always a solution to an issue. You just have to know what you're doing and how to. You have to know the issue and how to execute it. In this case, you hit up Juma. You say, hey, listen, this is what's going on. What should I do? Therefore, you provide the answer.
Absolutely, man.
It's
Absolutely.
that simple.
Nah, I appreciate those words. Yeah, I mean, basically, sometimes even, going back to your point, as far as like maybe let's say previous coaches weren't responsive and stuff. You know, in a way, it's like, yes, obviously, whatever's put as far as like in the app with the numbers and stuff like that, obviously I have to go over and check. If I have no data, obviously I can't really do my job as far as whether it's check-ins and all that stuff, but in terms of just like being spot on, you obviously, like you said, like, do you feel like the responsive time as far as like what I gave you kind of like allowed you to be able to just actually ask me those questions on the fly, especially when you had no machines or any of that stuff, right?
I'm lost. I'm sorry.
Like basically, you know how you said like with previous coaches that they didn't like respond as fast or just kind of went MIA, but
Mm-hmm.
the fact that when you had your first questions, having that fear alone even before the program, when you first started doing it in our program, you felt as though just being able to respond to you quickly and accordingly, you felt more comfortable to even be able to reach out to me when you're in those particular situations where the machine wasn't gone
Oh
or
yeah,
you know
absolutely. And mind you, these fitness coaches were not only the online fitness coaches, which was only one of them, but
hmm
90% of them, which is all of them that I've ever dealt with, was supposed to be in person ones, like at a local gym at like a LA Fitness or 24 Hours, or like you know what I'm saying? Like it's just one of those where I'm supposed to be in person. I show up and I go to the manager and they're like, oh, he's not here. What do you mean he's not here? I'm scheduled for this day. He's supposed to be here. Don't you guys pay him for that? Like, you feel me?
In person.
It's supposed to be in person.
And you guys
You know what I'm
got
saying?
guys not even showing up.
Yeah.
That's insane.
You know what I'm saying? So I haven't really tried the online fitness thing, but because it's online, they're gonna be on there 24/7, and it makes sense that they're gonna see that you're the client and you're reaching out to them for help, and they're gonna answer you whenever you need because it's all online. You know, it's not like in person where okay, we work out from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Have a wonderful day, and it's like you can't hit them up after. And even if you got their number, they probably won't answer you, which happened with me.
Yep.
But you know, with you, it's like, hey, if you have any questions anytime, let me know and I answer as soon as I can. Boom, simple. And most of the time when I do it, you do have time and you just answer right there.
Yep. Man.
So, yeah.
Man. So just yeah, it basically sums up kind of like your return on investment and just kind of like working with us as far as like actually getting provided the value that you needed with the assistance, with the 24/7 access, with the adjustments, with the change up in meal plans on a weekly basis. As far as even the accountability, making sure you did check-ins. Tell me, how many days you miss? How many days did you miss?
For workouts?
All together. As you drop the weights. As you drop pounds throughout those months. How many days did you miss?
In terms of working out, meals, there was one time where I had to travel and it was a really inconvenient time.
Yeah.
Where I had no access to a store that was like 30 minutes away or an hour away. I had no ride. I even tried door dashing and Uber eating it maybe, and that didn't even work because at that time the drivers weren't even available.
Yeah.
So it was just it was just like the worst of the worst that could have happened, but I probably missed out on like one meal or like two meals. Everything else I've hit. And that was only through the travel time because if I knew if I was home, I would have had everything scheduled and ready. But because I put in my part and, you know, stuff like that happens, but it's not going to absolutely kill you if you know deep down in your heart it's not intentional.
Yeah.
Like, I knew it wasn't intentional. At that point, Juma didn't know it was intentional either. He thought I purposely skipped it or, like, I was just feeling lazy. And I told him, hey, listen, I promise you it's not. And he said, okay, I believe you. Like, I got you, bro. Yeah. So at the end of the day, it's about the client as well. It's really for me at the end of the day. It's not really for you because you're already jacked. You're already ripped. You get me? You're just doing there and... You know, even the days where I don't log in, because sometimes I forget to log in the workouts, whenever we have our meetings that we have quarterly or monthly, you're like, hey, you didn't log this workout in. Why didn't you do it? And I'm like, oh, no, I did do it. I just forgot to log it in. So the accountability is 100% there, which I love because you're making sure that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So other than that, to answer your question, the accountability is there. And I missed, I think, maybe one or two meals. That's it.
Out of months of work. And
35 pounds.
35 pounds?
In 2 months, out of 2 days, 2 days out of those 2 months is the only time I ever messed up.
The numbers don't lie, guys. So to kind of wrap this up, man, for anyone who says they're on the fence about this, what would you say to that particular person?
Call me. Call me. I'll change your fucking mind right away. Watch. I'll tell you right now. So, okay, obviously don't call me. I don't want my number out on blast. You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you right now, it's just a matter of fact of just taking, you know, sometimes you gotta take risks. You know what I'm saying? And some of the risks usually is done through you don't know, you're not sure. But when you don't know and you're not sure, that's when you do the research. And that's what I did. And mind you, out of all the I think I've dealt with 4 or 5 personal trainers. Out of all the ones I've dealt with, Juma is the one that I am sticking to 1,000%. I'm never leaving this man's side. Word to. I'm sorry. He is so, you know, diligent with his work. He really cares about fitness. And not only does he care about fitness, but he cares about you as well. And that's what really matters as a personal fitness trainer. Not just a fitness trainer, a personal fitness trainer. This is for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's in the name. He's there supposed to be for you. And I know some personal fitness trainers are like, oh, yeah, I like working out, you know, because they look good or whatever. Nah, you genuinely care. You have a genuine heart. You're good. You know what I'm saying? Like, and at first, I didn't know. I thought this was the biggest mistake in my life. I thought I thought I'm not going to get my money's worth. And then when I started to see that you guys were not only talking the talk, or not only were you guys like walking the talk, but I was like, oh, damn. Well, because they're doing that, now I got to snap back. Now I got to really lock in and just like, you know, do what I got to do. Because now I have that motivation. Okay, they're here for me, so I'm going to be there for myself too. So to anybody that is watching this video and that is somewhat curious, maybe have some type of doubt on whether to trust Juma, I can guarantee you 1000%. If you follow everything that this man tells you, you are going to be in the best shape of your life. Because right now, when I was working out, when I was in my prime, because I used to work out years before, I weighed 210 pounds. I was pretty good. You know what I'm saying? I was pretty big. I was doing good, and then I gained all that weight. I hit a stub. You know what I'm saying? Like I hit the downhill, and your boy gained an extra 30, 40 pounds. I wasn't happy about that. You know what I'm saying? Juma brought me all the way down to 204. As of me right now, I'm 204 right now. Right? At that time when he left, I was like 209. Maybe 207, 208. Right now I'm 204 and I keep dropping. And he's not even in the program. But he left me with, you know, stuff, the last thing that's on the program for me to use. So in reality, I've really lost 35 to 40 pounds. So if you follow it step by step, exactly what he tells you to do, no excuses, pushing through. He's even there to help you through those hard times as well. I guarantee you 100% this is the most trustworthiest person you are ever going to deal with, and it will be the best decision you will ever make in terms of return on investment for your body and for yourself.
Man, I appreciate that, man.
Straight up. Word to my mother and my dead grandfather. Word to. I swear on everything that I love. Man's going to get you right. And you think I'm lying? Try it and find out. Pay that shit. Watch.
Man.
You won't thank me later.
Man, well, there you have it, guys. There you have it, man. This man, Alec, I gotta tell you, man, from the moment you joined to your personality, to really getting to know you, because that's honestly, as far as just like when I very first started this thing, it was something I needed to learn, you know, as far as just like connecting with my clients. Because at the end of the day, for me, that's truly what matters. You know, just connecting with your clients, and just like the moment you joined, man, from it was funny. The first thing you said was, "What up, mug?" And
What up,
I promise you, in my mind, I said, "Man, who is this young boy?" I said, "Who is this young man talking to me, bro?" I'm like, man, I gotta discipline this motherfucker. But I will say, man, working with you, and I truly mean this, like the amount of sheer confidence and the way you just spoke truth through your daily actions. I remember you said you're going to be the best one in this program. You're going to be the best one. You preach that daily. And we will tell you, we'll see, because we've seen many guys even just drop off, completely off the wagon. But you kept saying it. Your personality is just contagious, man. It's like, it even motivated me at moments where, like, you know, waking up early, hitting my workouts, the daily check-ins, even if we talked about anything, and just like really building that connection, man. Like working with you, man, really made me understand like truly why I do this shit, man. Like at the bottom of my heart, like straight up. And consistent work you put in, especially when it came to traveling and even moments of time, bro. I'm human, guys. So as far as even a coach, man, like you know, this man was blowing me up saying, "Hey, like, is this fine? Is this fine? Is this fine?" You know what I mean? And then just at times I'm like, "Damn, man," but it's like that. That's what I love, man. Someone who just wants to follow through all the way, checking everything, pictures. The same accountability that he's given to us, I gotta provide the same. Like, just working with you, man, throughout those months, and you dropping that weight, and really speaking your truth to existence. It's one of the most enjoyable things as far as going through the process of working with a client, and man, I'll be honest, bro. I don't even. It comes to a point where it's bro. This it ain't even clients to me, man. It's really building family, bro. Especially like I'll go in deep later as far as my story, man. But like
You're changing lives.
people don't understand, man. Like it's deeper than the workouts. It's deeper than just following a meal plan, all that stuff. It's a mental challenge, and just having a group of community and having someone like you who's putting in the work, sharing your wins in the chat, it really just elevates everybody and even the coaches themselves, man. So like, Alec, man, it was.
It's good. It's good to feel. It's good to feel like a winner, man. It's good to really do it. But you know what? In order to be a winner, you have to earn it.
You have to earn
You know, even if you feel completely doubtful, like knowing damn well I'm gonna go into this program fat as shit, not knowing nothing about working out, not knowing nothing about it. I told myself I'm gonna be the best. I'm gonna be the best person ever. You're looking at me like, bro, you're not even nowhere near where you gotta be. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yep.
you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you had faith because you said, hey, listen, he might be like these other guys that come in and say, hey, you know what I'm saying? He's probably going to hop off the wagon and just drop us and not talk to us at all and not whatever. Even one of the guys in the chat when we were in that Zoom call said, hey, listen, the ones that talk the most end up following up the hardest. But motherfuckers don't really know who I am. You know, that's because I have that type of mindset. And this mindset didn't come quickly. It took time. It took confidence. It took long time of just failure after failure into rethinking and reshaping my mind. You know, it's not as simple as just, okay, one day I'm just going to poop. But at the end of the day, you have to start somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'll tell you this right now. When I came into the program, my mind was kind of like that. I'm not going to lie to you. It was, I had a good mindset where I said, you know what, I'm going to push through everything that they're going to tell me. I'm not going to mess up. But then I had those thoughts. What I was going to say was, before I got cut off by that free trial from that damn Zoom shit, I already had that mindset coming in to the program, but I didn't have a good direction of having that type of mindset. Not only did Huncho help me, but you helped me as well with molding my mindset and giving me that type of direction that I needed to get to. Not only did you mold the mindset, but you gave me the resources to back it up. So I didn't have any excuses to say no. And it was all dependent on me. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that I also really liked about you too, and working with you, Juma, was because of that. Like, you gave me that extra push and say, hey, listen, this is what I'm providing to you. There's no excuses. It's all up to you now. And I love how that was all up to me because I knew deep down in my heart I wanted to make that decision and keep going, and that's exactly what I did. And, I love proving people wrong. That's just a thing that I do. I love doing that. And not saying that you guys were proving me wrong, but I like the fact that you guys had that mindset. Well, he could be one of these guys, and I'm going to be like, oh, I can't wait to show him. So.
Hey, much respect, man. Much respect, man. Hey, guys. Alec here, man. You heard it from the man. You heard it from the horse's mouth himself. If you're on the fence
Horse's mouth.
And you don't know what to do, I hope this video kind of shows you the experience you'll have working with me. But Alec, thank you for your time, bro. And as
Absolutely,
always,
bro.
keep pushing, because you're not done yet. But I have no doubt in my mind that you'll get the transformation you get. You'll get the transformation you want out of this program. Absolutely, 100%. All right.
Oh yeah, that's what I envision. Yes, sir.